The inquiry is in regards to reincarnation. As it has been taught upon this dimension in which the soul transitions into another body after a period of time from whence they had died. And so yes, it is fact. It is not fiction. But what you have been taught for the basis of this very natural process has been imperfect. Much misinformation. When what you would call the spirit or soul requisitions a physical vehicle, there is an agreement in which this soul wishes to experience certain challenges. Challenges that create the desires to enjoy much more than before. It is not quite linear as you expect, as you have learned, such as Jacob's ladder and climbing up the ladder, each rung, lifetime after lifetime. No, it is not this manner. It is more glorious. It is multi-dimensional. And so we digress a bit. So when a soul comes back into a physical vehicle, it sets up, it almost, you could say, programs certain elements in which the desires to stem forth will happen. But again, nothing is written in stone, so by what you refer to as free will, you have the options to have a different ending, so to speak, than the original story plot had been decided upon. So the fallacy, the idea that one comes back to pay for wrongs that they have done in a previous existence, that is false. You come back to experience a different buffet of challenges and rewards and experiences that create a more diverse, a more loving experience, which is then shared collectively, given to the mass consciousness, when collectively there has been a new level of awareness of what you would call higher frequencies, that is the majority of that collective consciousness, which is presently being developed in the collective minds of those who are presently upon this planet, presently incarnated in the physical vehicles. When the majority of what you would call the human consciousness, that which is in the physical vehicle, comes to a point in which collectively it is vibrating at higher levels, higher frequencies, then the shift will take place. And new dimensions, new awarenesses will be what you would call naturally extended from the new consciousness of the collective humanness, so that when new souls, as you say, come back from their transition from what you would call death, come back into the physical vehicle as requisitioned, new awarenesses, new new dimensions must occur, because the consciousness from the baseline of that what you would call infant begins to use upon their physical life it causes the shift. So, that which you have learned from religions, establishments, in regards to all metaphysical instruction, has been limited due to the collective consciousness at that specific vibrational collective consciousness. So let's say, for example, what you would call primitive man, and assuming their consciousness perhaps was at a lower level, for you foresee their limitations because they did not have technology such as you have for today. So at that time, through stories that have tried to explain the source that wanted to come and experience this planetary dimension through the physical vehicles, were at a collective level of consciousness. And so what you would perceive throughout the years in regards to knowledge and the development of your written expression of vibratory, emotional, mental processes, thoughts in words. Now there is a development in which new ideas coming forth must be taught, must be explained, must be accepted. It is an evolution. It is a expansion of all consciousnesses collectively, expanding and growing. That is what this is all about. Why you joyously return, why you excitedly return, because where you left off, so to speak, which you really didn't leave off at all, but because this dimensional existence is wonderful. There is an enjoyment here. And the growth and the expansion comes from collectively those wants and desires to have better opportunities to create. And so reincarnation must not be looked upon as punishment. It should be looked upon as a challenge, a glorious experience, a wonderful sharing of all consciousness, of all of that is within these physical vehicles that are truly amazing. And so, one must understand how to consciously raise your frequency to help the collectiveness of what you would call mankind. Thoughts, emotions, intentions are more powerful than you are aware of. You must choose that which you want to emanate out into the collectiveness. Yes, there seems to be a separation from one physical vehicle to the next physical vehicle, but we promise you, it is just an illusion, for you are all part of all that is. And so, to have a better vibrational environment for what you would call your grandchildren, the generations that have already been coming into play, there must be a collective frequency to raise up so that more glorious creating can take place at a higher level, at a faster rate. This is what all that is wanted. And so you as what you would say is your individual must be responsible for your vibrational frequencies, how you intend to have them reaching out, adding to the collective consciousness, that's your responsibility. Your responsibility is not that which tells others what to do, for they have their own part, their own place, their own responsibility, their own part to help raise. And it must be done willingly, joyously, profoundly. The ebb and flow must happen. This is the reason for reincarnation. Eliminate that terminology of karma. It hinders. It harms. It has been misunderstood. So, we hope that what we have said will be heard and understood for those who can comprehend the deeper messages than what these words can only convey, for it is frequencies that are being projected for learning. And we thank you for your time.